Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aries August 2018 horoscope forecast. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as August goes, the sun will be in Leo from the 1st until the 23rd. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Aries, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on love, romance, children, hobbies, fun, amusement, enjoyment, creative endeavors, even gambling and speculation. Given this is Leo energy, this could be done with a lot of Leo-like ferocity, even near inexorable, indefatigable energy, with a lot of generosity, and perhaps even with something with perhaps even with children and romantic partners, especially done with a lot of magnanimous energy. A lot of self-assuredness and confidence as well, done with a lot of pride and dignity and a lot of courage and fortitude as well, and a lot of Leo-like hearts. So anyway, well, the next thing up is as far as August goes, the sun will be in Virgo from the 23rd until the 31st. So the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Aries. At this time, this could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, attention on the health, daily routine, service to others, work, pets, hygiene, aunts, uncles. Could be done with a lot of Virgo-like meticulousness with details, being very punctilious with details, in a very systematic and methodical manner, and very organized. And two, maybe done with a lot of frugality. If you're getting, like, if you're thinking about some kind of health insurance, it might be where you're doing it maybe in the most, and maybe perhaps the most cheapest way possible that you can think of. Now, also, too, these matters can be done in a very scrupulous manner, but maybe with worrisome energy as well. Keep in mind, too, that this could be about the sun shining on some Virgo health-related matter, perhaps, or it could shine the light on maybe some worrying about health as well. I mean, it could shine light on a Virgo-related health matter. It could be something with some kind of digestion, or maybe an intestinal issue at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up is there will be a partial solar eclipse. I should say partial. I'm sorry, a partial solar eclipse / new moon in Leo on August 11th. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time for Aries, this could be, I mean, when you're talking about a partial, you're talking about partial solar eclipse, or solar eclipses in general. They're like new moons, but they could have very more life-impacting, life-altering effects on someone. So it can be like a new moon, but only it's more inflated and enlarged in its impact. And sometimes it could even be about fated meetings, I believe. Now, again, this partial solar eclipse / new moon in Leo, August 11th, 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be perhaps a new Leo child in some cases. It could be perhaps because, I mean, August 11th, I mean, it could be an actual sun. I mean, it would be a sun in Leo if there's a birth of a child at this time. It could be something where there might even be a new Leo romantic partner at this time. And also, perhaps at this time as well, this could be a new period where maybe of extravagance in some kind of speculative or maybe even gambling type outlet at this time. And also some other things this could be. This could be the way this can manifest. This could be about being really a new period of greater maybe extroversion and gregariousness. And It could be where you show these qualities, maybe at some entertainment venue or even at a party, and it could lead to some kind of really life-altering event or some kind of maybe fated meeting, perhaps as well. And maybe at this time as well, maybe some kind of Leo-like hobby you might embark on. It could be something with sports, and this could be something again that could lead to something of great significance, perhaps maybe greater extroversion, gregariousness with children at this particular time as well. And really anyway, well, the next thing up is the full moon will be in Pisces at this time. So the full moon will be in Pisces on August 26th. So the 12th house as well be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Aries, this could be a time where, I mean, we were talking about the full moon. This could be a time where you might become very tired, exasperated, full, so to speak. It may be chaos and confusion in your private life. It might be something very confounding in your private life and something that's got a lot of chaos going on with it that you might become tired of at this time, full of, so to speak. In some cases, this could be about a revelation or unveiling of a Pisces hidden adversary. It could be a Pisces sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply one that embodies Pisces-like characteristics. It could be too, in some cases, it could be the revelation or disclosure of some mysterious or confounding mental illness at this time as well. Some cases, this could be where you just simply put a lot of full, compassionate, self-sacrificing, and even idealistic energy even into those that are less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the homeless, the hungry, and the oppressed. And even it could be putting that energy perhaps into an aunt or uncle. And also it could be the culmination or completion of a Pisces-like endeavor or project that you completed in privacy and solitude and seclusion. It could be something connected with the metaphysical, which can include astrology. It could be spirituality, photography, chemistry, something with illusion. It could be something connected with magic as well, or some kind of just anything that might be Pisces related, poetry or dancing even. Anyway, the next thing up is Mercury will be in Leo, and the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Will be at the sun, will be retrograde from the 1st until like the 19th at this time. So this could be a time during the review period. You may be reviewing extroversion and gregariousness, perhaps with children, romantic partners. Perhaps it could be maybe even going to some kind of party or entertainment venue. Are you as outgoing and extrovert and gregarious as you need to be in these instances? This could be a time too where you might speak with a lot of Leo-like ferocity, authority, and conviction. With children, with romantic partners at this time, and perhaps even with things connected with the gambling or speculative nature at this time as well. Another way this can manifest is really thinking with a lot of confidence and self-assuredness regarding matters with your hobbies, your creative endeavors. Perhaps it could be sports related matters at this time as well. And just make sure you're not sounding overly maybe egotistical or arrogant in your viewpoints at this time on 5th house related matters, because that's one way where this could manifest very negatively. Anyway, next thing up is as far as August goes, Venus will be in Virgo from the 1st until the 6th. So the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Aries, this could be a time where there may be perhaps a purchase, perhaps on a Virgo-like item that you incorporate in your daily routine. It could be something connected with health, fitness, nutrition. This could also be, if you're unattached at this time, Aries, you might connect with a Virgo, sun, moon, or ascendant or it could be someone that embodies Virgo-like characteristics. It could be someone prominent in your daily routine, in your health life, maybe at your place of employment as well. And also the way this can manifest perhaps is about spending frugally on health-related matters, perhaps such as insurance, health insurance. It could be just going to the doctor, perhaps maybe also to maybe it could be work-related matters if you're getting some kind of work coverage at health, perhaps some kind of insurance connected with your employment, and just matters pertaining to employment in general. So, and also it might be the way this can manifest too is maybe the enjoyment of analyzing and criticizing perhaps people in your daily routine. It could also be aunts and uncles even. So anyway. Next thing up is, well, Venus will be in Libra as far as August goes from the 6th until the 31st. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, for Aries, this could be about the time of an expression, perhaps, or love, I should say, of art, beauty, and refinement with a significant other. It could be with others in general. Also valuing peace, diplomacy, tact, and refinement with the grandmother, with others in general, and maybe it's with the significant other, and even perhaps dealing with open adversaries at this time. Well, and the way that may apply to open adversaries is really valuing maybe peace. It could be a time where you might be really thinking about perhaps maybe a reconciliation at this time. With or peace offering with an open adversary or open enemy or even a legal opponent at this time where you might be trying to come to some peaceful resolution. This could be also about equitable balanced spending, so to speak, on legal matters, court fees, and also on others in general, and including the significant other if applicable. Anyway, next thing up is Mars will be in Aquarius as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 13th. It will be retrograde during that time, and the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time for Aries, this could be about, I mean, given that it's going to be retrograde, it could be about going back to maybe doing something Aquarius-like with friends, acquaintances at this time, something with computers, electronics. It could be innovation, astrology, astronomy, something Aquarius-like. Also, too, the way this could manifest perhaps is unpredictable, unusual arguments at this time with friends and acquaintances, and even sporadic and erratic energy that might be going into your goal, things that are goal and aspiration related. It could also be at this time that maybe even fights and acrimonious experiences with friends might impact your future as well at this time. And also, it could be about expending energy on something Aquarius related that may be tied into your aspirations and goals. It could be something with computers, innovation, astrology, astronomy, aerospace even at this time. And also energy maybe into doing the unusual and unorthodox things with friends, and maybe in group situations as well. Anyway, next thing up, as far as August goes, Mars will be in Capricorn from August 13th to the 31st. It will be retrograde from the 28th to the 31st, and the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. During that time, it's retrograde, which will be most of that period. It's going to be, the way this could manifest perhaps is very disciplined, going back to maybe disciplined, serious energy into the career, reputation, maybe even the public image. And also it could be rewinding, going back, so to speak, over arguments, over responsibilities with the dominant parent perhaps at this time, over career related matters, and going and really and even matters pertaining to one's reputation and public image at this time. And also this could be about energy that's very methodical, very orthodox, working within the parameters perhaps to gain some kind of recognition or even success in life and improving one's public image. So, and really, and using a lot of disciplined energy in attaining career ambitions and success. So anyway, the next thing up is Jupiter will be in Scorpio. So the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time for Aries, well, this could be about really about having luck and fortune, perhaps making a very deep, profound transformation. This could be very fortuitous for unveiling maybe some sexual secrets regarding someone you know in an intimate relationship, or even some secrets just about this person in general, and also going beyond subterfuge and superficiality, perhaps in 8th house matters, whether it might be an insurance, it could be over inheritance, it could be someone that you're in an intimate relationship with at this time. And really, and it's about at this time too, where you might be inclined to have a very deep, profound philosophy regarding 8th house matters, which can include transformation and death as well. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Saturn will be in Capricorn, and the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, at this time, this could be about dealing, with limitations and restrictions in connection with your career. Could be with the dominant parent, perhaps. And also, the way this could manifest, perhaps, is dealing maybe a sickly or debilitated authority figure or dominant parent, which is often the father. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, or the joints at this time. It can make you feel rather despondent, dejected, and melancholy. And also dealing at this time, with perhaps limitations and just general restrictions in 10th house matters. At this time, there might be more career responsibilities than one. It could be just simple difficulties in 10th house related matters, and really about being or just simply working laboriously and very consistently at trying to attain success and trying to reach that pinnacle of success in your career at this time, perhaps. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Uranus will be in Taurus. So the 2nd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Aries, this could be about having a lot of unusual persistence and perseverance regarding financial matters. There could be some fluctuation and changes in your income at this time, and might affect your self-esteem and self-worth one way or the other. And also, in some cases, this could be about Taurus friendships that might have a figure prominently in your income, perhaps in your possessions, your self-worth, self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, and also formulation of new money-making matters at this time can have a strong impact, of course, on your possessions and your resources. And you might be, and this could also be a lot of instability monetarily at this time as well. So anyway, sorry about that. Next thing up is, well, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the 12th house is well be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Aries, well, this could be a time where aunts, uncles, perhaps just people prominent in your private life might appear rather nebulous and unclear at this time. In some isolated cases, this could reflect a confounding and confusing mental illness. Some cases, too, you might be experiencing a lot of chaos in your private life. Sometimes it's about the dissipation and dissolving of one's private life. And maybe even just doing Neptune-like things in solitude and seclusion, such as, I mean, it could be something with poetry, dancing, the metaphysical, which includes astrology, photography, chemistry, something with illusion at this time, maybe working with magic, such as doing doing something as a magician. Also too, this can manifest perhaps in showing a lot of self-sacrifice, perhaps with those that are less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, the homeless, and the hungry at this time. So that is one way that this could perhaps, those are some ways that this could manifest perhaps at this time. So anyway, and sometimes it could be about the connection with the aunt or the uncle might be dissipating and dissolving at this time as well. Anyway, next thing up is, well, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but this could be about an actual literal death in some cases of the dominant parent, which is often the father. It could be somebody that may be prominent, it might be an authority figure, perhaps as well, or somebody that's prominent in your career or has played a strong role in your public image. I mean, if you have like some kind of promoter and you're really at higher class and you have that, somebody that could be in, that could be in that position for you, or you could hire someone that can do that. Also too, it might be dealing with, in some cases, obliteration or destruction of one's career, public image, their reputation in some cases, but it could also be, I mean, when you're talking about Pluto energy, this could be about obliterations and destructions, but remember, Pluto is also about rebirth and regeneration. So if something goes away with Pluto, it often, I believe it can be replaced and supplanted at some point. You might be dealing with maybe more power struggles, perhaps maybe with the dominant parent, with somebody in your career. It could be maybe with an authority figure as well. And maybe you might be seeing somebody 10th house related, might be exhibiting obsessive compulsive issues, or maybe you're becoming overly obsessed and fixated on reaching that pinnacle of success at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up is the North Node will be in Leo still, so the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time for Aries, this could be, when you're talking about the North Node in astrology, this could manifest perhaps in perhaps having to confront or address something, an issue. And this could be about confronting perhaps somebody, a child, or maybe even a romantic partner that might be very overbearing, arrogant, extravagant, very domineering, maybe even overly flamboyant. Also taking pride and dignity in creative matters, perhaps also being directed toward being more extroverted and gregarious, and maybe doing so at some kind of at parties and more entertainment venues, maybe, which could lead to greater popularity at the same time. And also too, about showing more fortitude and courage, perhaps in matters with romance, maybe matters with children as well, and taking pride and dignity in your own for your own enjoyment and your fun in your life at this time as well. So anyway, next thing up is the Black Moon will be in Capricorn from August 1st until the 6th. So at this time, the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time for Aries, this could be about dealing with perhaps somebody, maybe a dominant parent, authority figure might be showing some ruthless, tyrannical, overambitious qualities at this time. This could be about the revelation or unveiling of a formidable Capricorn adversary. It could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply one that embodies Capricorn-like characteristics. It could be somebody that's prominent in your career. It could be the dominant parent, often the father. Somebody that might be an authority figure, perhaps as well. And also too, you're talking about the black moon, well, it could be the way this could manifest is about really what may put you in a strong state of fear or trepidation. And really this could be about maybe having some limitations or restrictions maybe in your career in general at this time. And you're in really also too when you talk about the black moon, Lilith, this could be about as well really a revelation or unveiling of something connected with you that you didn't want out of the bag, so to speak, but it does come out anyway for whatever reason. It could be the revelation or unveiling maybe of a depressing career, or one that's causing you a lot of despondency and making you feel very melancholy, or some kind of you might just be having some strong limitations and restrictions in trying to attain success. So anyway, next thing up is the black moon, Lilith, will be in Aquarius as far as August goes, from the 6th until the 31st. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Aries, this could, in some case, I mean, this could be about really the unveiling perhaps of a formidable Aquarius adversary. It could be an Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply one that embodies Aquarius-like characteristics. It could be somebody that was a former friend, or an acquaintance even, or somebody that you know in some kind of group, club, or organization, and it might have a strong impact on your future. Could also be in some cases too, this could be about maybe the revelation or unveiling of some friend or acquaintance that might be exhibiting some really unusual or bizarre idiosyncratic behavior at this time as well. And even it could even be a stepchild that may be doing this in some cases if applicable. Now, also too, the black moon, Lilith, again can be about what might put one in a strong state of fear or trepidation. And this could be about maybe having maybe a future that might be overly orthodox, conventional, or mundane, because of course Aquarius energy is just the opposite. It's unorthodox, something that is very unique and really different and unconventional. So anyway, and at this time too, I mean, when you're talking about the black moon, Lilith, it could be about, again, about something that's revealed or unveiled about yourself that comes out of the bag, so to speak, but you don't want it, but for whatever reason, it may come out anyway. This could be about some kind of bizarre or peculiar aim or objective or aspiration that maybe you had, or maybe an unusual group that you're in that you were trying to keep hidden, but for whatever reason, it does happen to come out of the bag, so to speak. Anyway, last but not least, Chiron will be in Aries still, so the first house as well be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Aries, this could be about dealing with actual physical wounds to the head, the face, the upper jaw, dealing with actual headaches, especially if this is actually hitting the first house in one's actual natal chart. It could be about maybe being overly dealing with some suffering, maybe being overly combative, confrontational, or very impetuous or impulsive, or not showing enough enterprise and initiative, such as on new beginnings or doing something in connection with the physical body. And also too, it might be dealing with some emotional suffering, maybe due to some kind of contentious or acrimonious experiences with someone you knew from your early childhood. And another way this can manifest too is being overly acerbic and confrontational on a first impression, which could obviously strongly be to one's detriment, and really maybe not just capitalizing on opportunities to make either maybe the right first impression on someone, or simply on new beginnings. But remember that given that this is Chiron, it is the wounded healer, so in ways that you might be going through some suffering and struggling in connection with Chiron and Aries and the first house, you could help others deal with comparable situations, and do so with a lot of Aries like courage, fortitude, initiative, enterprise, and assertiveness. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Aries August 2018 horoscope forecast. Stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be talking about, in my opinion, what the most powerful zodiac sign is. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.